Hey guys, welcome back to the update. Just really quick because I want to get into the second part of what we are doing today. I'm at 37%. The last 2 weeks going through Christmas and New Year's was tough, both just to stay on top of the writing schedule and getting through the revisions. I completely understand now why people say that writing the rough draft is the easy part, because, surprise to no one, revision is tough.
Well, duh.
Getting back into writing when you want to be writing other things and like rehashing the stuff that you've already written to try to make it better, it was really tough. But I'm glad that I did it. I got some things kind of worked out so that hopefully moving forward with the rest of the book, things will be a lot tighter, and there's a lot of things that now are on my mind because of that process. Progression is going great. Last week I had a full week of writing. This week I'll have another full week of writing, and we will be back on track, working towards getting closer to 100%. But what I really want to talk about today are my favorite board games. If you notice behind me, there are some spots missing. That's because they're down here, because I have a special guest that's going to be joining me, talking about our top 5 favorite board games of all time so far in 2024. So I'm gonna cut it right here and then bring in my special guest. I want to welcome in my special guest, Sophia, my daughter. And if anyone else in our family loves board games as much as I do, it is definitely her. That we play a lot of games, just 2-player, so we can learn it before we take it to game nights or something like that. But let's get into our top 5. Well, you can say hi.
Hi.
All right, starting with number 5 for me is The Night Cage. I saw this at Barnes & Noble a long time ago, and then I saw it again this year. And I just had to have it. This is a cooperative game where you and up to 3 other people are trying to escape this endless cage where you're traveling through it, and the path before you gets laid out with tiles, and then the path behind you disappears. It's really creepy. You have candles that like can get blown out, and then you're kind of like walking around in the dark. It's got this really creepy aesthetic to it, but I love cooperative games, and this one's new to us, and it's just one that we have really liked. And this is my number 5, and your number
3.
Your number 3. What do you like about The Night Cage?
I think it's a really good game, and I like that it's creepy and it's fun to play.
Absolutely. So that's my number 5.
My number 5 is Azul, and what you do is you place down these little tiles and you make a tapestry, and I think it's really fun.
And it's colorful,
Yeah.
right? And another good thing about this one is that it can get really competitive and cutthroat when you're reaching for tiles, and you know someone else is also going for that color tile. But then you can also kind of stick people with the extra tiles, so that they get negative points at the end of a round. It's a very easy game to learn, but it can be very competitive. All right, my number 4 game, I left it at my work office, but I'm just going to put my hands up here and I'll put a picture of it. Bing! There it is. But it's called 2 Rooms and a Boom. It took me a lot to get my hands on this because I don't think it's printed anymore, and you can't just like find it in a store, and so I had to go on to Board Game Geek and buy a used copy, even though the copy that I got, it was like brand new. But basically, if you've ever played a game like Mafia, so this is a social deduction game where there's two teams, a red team and a blue team, and if you're on the blue team, you're trying to keep the president safe. And if you're on the red team, you're trying to send the bomb, who is a person, it's a card that you draw, into the room with the president. And then after so many rounds, everyone reveals their cards. And if the bomb is in the room with the president, then the red team wins. And if the bomb is not in there, then the blue team wins. There is just the base game where people, like, you just reveal your card and you're just like a normal person, or you're the bomb or the president. But then there are, I think there's like literally hundreds of cards that you could be, and it just like, it changes the rules of the game. It is so much fun. It is a great party game. It can play up to like 30 people on each team. And so if you're someone that likes social deduction and likes big party games, try to get your hands on Two Rooms and a Boom. It's my number 4.
Okay, so this is my number 4, and you're trying to make this habitat with all these different animals, and it's a lot of fun, but it's really easy, and I really recommend this board game.
So this is my number 3 as well, and the thing I love about Cascadia is that there's a bunch of different scoring conditions, and so there's 5 different animals, right? There's bears, and there's fish, there's elk, there's hawks, there's foxes. Those are the 5. And the scoring conditions change depending on which card you draw at the beginning of the game, and so it gets a lot of replayability. Like Sophia said, very easy to learn, but can also be very competitive. Both of your games have been very competitive so far. What's up with that? So that's Sophia's number 3, and no, Sophia's number 4 and my number 3. So my number 3 was Cascadia, like we just covered. Sophia's number 3 was Night Cage. And so now we're up to our number 2s. And I gotta grab this monster here. Oh my goodness. I'm not joking. That's not theater there. This box is humongous and it is heavy. This is Castles of Burgundy. I got the deluxe edition. It has like the actual molded castles and the player boards that are nice and big and fancy and all of that. This is, how do I explain it? It's like Settlers of Catan on steroids. Okay, if you like rolling dice and then like trying to build out your little kingdom, but Catan isn't enough for you and you want a bigger challenge, this is it. I've only played this a couple times thus far, but I've enjoyed it every single time. This has scored incredibly highly on BoardGameGeek.com for good reason. After I played it the first time, I understand now why this game is rated so high. But there's a ton of replayability out of this. You don't have to get this special edition gigantic box like I did. There's small boxes out there for like $40 that you can get your hands on. But if you like strategy, if you like different ways to win, this is a fantastic game, well made, and I'm glad that I have it as part of my collection. This is my number 2.
So this is my number 2, and basically this is another lane tiles game, and you're just placing these bear tiles on this other bear tile, and it's a really quick competitive game, and it's really easy and fun. So yeah.
So even though this isn't on my list, this is probably the game over this last year that we probably played the most, right? Because you can get a play in 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And so it's almost like, whenever we get out Barron Park, it's, we don't just play one game. you playing 2 games, 3 games. If you're looking to get someone into the board gaming hobby, this is a really good option as well, because it's so simple. It almost explains itself of what you're trying to do. You're laying tiles. You're building a bear park. It's competitive. It's fast, and it's fun. My number 1, for those people that know me and talk to me about board games, you already know what my number 1 is. I absolutely love this game. There's hardly anything that I don't love about this game. If there's ever a time when someone says, "Hey, you want to play this game?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. Let me make time in my schedule." It is Nemesis. I love this game. This game is basically, if you've ever seen the movie Alien, it's that movie, but the board game. And I know that there is an Alien, the board game. I haven't played it, but I cannot imagine that it's better than this. This is an older game. But it's so well thought out. And I think this was my first big buy into this gaming hobby, and I absolutely love it. This is semi-cooperative, so you and your crewmates are on the ship. You are kind of brought out of hypersleep, and you find that one of your crewmates has died, and a creature has exploded out of him, and the ship is now full of aliens. And so you're trying to do your objective, and you can help the other people on the ship, but everyone has their own objective. And sometimes a person's objective is to make sure that another person doesn't survive. And so you can be all buddy, but you don't know if someone is actually trying to kill you in this game. This game can end in everybody dying, and then nobody wins, the game wins. Just like any other cooperative game. It can end with 1 person winning, 2 people winning. It's what do I say about it? I love it. I love this game. It's dark. I actually painted these minis. This is how much I love this game. The 3rd installment just came out, and you better believe that I got on that Kickstarter, and I can't wait for that one to get here so I can play it as well. This is Nemesis.
Okay, this is my number 1, and this is Ticket to Ride. It's a very classic game. A lot of people have played it, but it's a really good game, and I really love this game, and I think it's a really good game.
Are all your games competitive?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I just realized that this award here, it won this award in 2004. And so this game is older than you, a lot older than you. 2004 is when I graduated high school. And so, yeah, this game is old, classic. Our family, if we ever have a big family game night, it's probably Ticket to Ride is what we're playing, and I never win. I never win this game, and so I'd much rather play Nemesis where we can all lose. But that is our top 5s. Let us know in the comments below if you have a favorite board game. If you have any questions about any of the games that we talked about today, let us know. We love talking about board games. We love playing board games. And so this is one of our big hobbies, and this is one thing that I told everyone that I was probably going to be talking about on this channel. But for you writers out there, stay busy, stay motivated, especially during this time of the year. Get out there and write something, and we will see you later.